EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Hey, Mark 52, Mark 52. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Brees now to throw. And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down. Dean Lowry, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
3rd and 12.
3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Brees. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they get him down, but 40-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Ready? Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. Rip run.
From the gun, it's Brees. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Brees to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. We'll see a lot of that from Drew Brees. Spread the field, get rid of the ball quickly.
He spreads the field out a lot, so he's able to recognize the defenses, the coverages, and if people are going to blitz him. And he has the fortitude to stand in there when they do. He serves as his own blitz control, so to speak. Hey, you've got a free runner coming. That's one less guy in coverage. He'll stand in there, take the hit, and deliver a strike downfield.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
In your face.
There's Brees. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Breeze now. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I actually hear about that from him soon.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead,
rush coming, and he's taken down. Dean Lowry picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And an alley to run. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Preston Smith there on the stop.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 30 yards there, and, of course, the 1st down as well.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 52, come on. Check 52, come on.
Throwing now is Breeze. Well, this is caught by Gill. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready, yellow lady, yellow lady.
try to pound it in, Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Now Kamara. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
To throw again on second down, Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later on.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. This is brought in at the 21. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Kamara. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Now Breeze. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking deep for... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Inside.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to let this one go. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one?
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for a Packers first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Joker.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 32 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Bree's going to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 65 yards. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Check 30. 27 Mike. 27 Mike. Mike 27. Check pass. Check pass.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Watch the screen.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They begin on the ground with Kamara. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Check it out, Reed. Easy, opposite.
On 1st down, Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Complete. It's Irvin. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense.
Whip. Watch the whip. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers to throw once more. He's got the hook up to Lazard. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
26. 56.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montravius Adams in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. On play action. Now Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll go again to Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw is Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now,
looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Take 30. Jim. Hey, take 26. 54 much.
Rodgers throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
47 Hey, Charlie. Right here. 26. Fresno.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
We better not.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the